In this video, we'll discuss about 5 hacks to speed up the learning process. Number 1. Shift your attention from the amount of time you practiced and redirect your focus to several repetitions. The amount of learning repetitions that we engage in is the key when we're learning something, and the time we spend while learning isn't the key. Most times we deceive ourselves with how long we learn. We're even proud to say something like, "I studied for 6 good hours." But what most people are oblivious of is that repetitions are far more powerful than duration. The military, musicians, athletes, and top performers all understand the high significance of the power of repetition. Repetition wires our brain, and this is why it's considered to be a very powerful lever. So think more of how often you practice your skill, and think less of the hour you spend doing it at a stretch. Number 2, break everything down into small chunks. There are several smaller pieces of chunks of information that are housed in every skill or piece of knowledge that we attain. And one of the ways our brain learns is through chunking. So, what are you to do? Foremost, break down the task you have at hand into smaller chunks, and then proceed to the next step, which leads us to number 3. Number 3, perfect each chunk. Now you focus on working and mastering each chunk at a time. At this stage, you may have to revisit the first step, which is repetition. Whichever chunk it is you're starting with first, keep repeating it to master it effectively, and then proceed to the next step, which is perfection. Once you're done perfecting that chunk, you move to the next chunk. As you keep perfecting these chunks, you're gradually creating a chunk chain. Don't forget that there's a whole bunch of smaller parts comprised in any skill you're trying to learn. And as you work on these chunks individually, you'll get more insights and perspectives. Number 4, do you like the sound of games? It's game time now. Your next step is to convert the learning process into a game. Create a game that you can play. Gaming is an effective strategy to learn something new, and we have more chances of getting immersed in repetitions of what we're learning and being carefree about the time when learning becomes an enjoyable game. Our brain likes games, and so do we. Make sure you create a reward system as you set the rules to the game, because the full effect wouldn't be complete if there are no rewards. Number 5, work and rest. While you're going through the steps and you're getting immersed in it, don't forget to take fulfilling and refreshing breaks. Make sure you take breaks to recharge anytime you feel your energy is dissipating. As you're learning, perfecting, and linking the chunks, be sure to recharge so that you can have more fresh energy and a well-rested mind.